Colonel, am I glad to see you.
Those bodies. Get those bodies down. What are you doing, leaving them up there like that? Get them down!
Well, of course, yes, sir, but... Well, we've been under fire,
I
sir.
know you have, but I don't care. Get them down, down! Don't want those boys left up there. We're gonna hold this town till the link-up does come. Whenever it is. Today, tomorrow, till hell freezes over. For their sake, if for no other reason. Private?
Yes, sir. Hold up. Take your animals.
It's a hell of a war.
It's a privilege to serve with you, Colonel.
Well, God willing, we'll do what we came here to do.
Ready, sir.
Move out!
Pilgrim, we fought for this country too.
5 postcard stamps, please. Thank you. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Thank you so much. Have a Merry Christmas.
Airmail to Kingston, Jamaica. Stamps only. For McLeod.
20-cent stamp, please. Excuse me, sir. 20-cent stamp, please.
Rodolfo. You.
Hey, buddy. Press. Okay. Are you Detective Ricci?
That's my story.
I heard about you.
Yeah, well, you ought to change friends then.
I'm Tim Boyle, Daily News. So what happened?
Read about it in the New York Post. They left here 2 hours ago, along with the Times, Newsday, and every channel you can get on TV with a wire hanger. Ain't you ever heard of the early bird? You'll find a wailing wall.
I got lost.
Coming here, you better find another way for $1 to change pockets then.
This is my first day on the job as a reporter.
It's probably your last. Welcome to New York. You can be like Governor Rockefeller, come and go at the same time.
Can't you give me some kind of angle on this?
All I can give you is an empty feeling, kid. Perps over at Bellevue, 8th floor peanut gallery. The victim's deader than yesterday's beer. And I heard he wasn't that special even when he was breathing.
My next job's gonna be stuffing ballot boxes on Staten Island.
Remind me to vote. I live there. Most cops do. Go home, kid. Don't stop for bread.
Come on, detective, there's gotta be something I can work here. Can I give you a tip on a hot horse? I'll play Santa at the PAL Christmas gig, or I'll pay Hong Kong Sue for a 40 deuce and blow your noodle like Satchmo. Or how about I put a story in your hip pocket? Good cop helps poor kids. Honest to Jesus, you get 3 months of Saturdays out of it. Come on. I can't go back to scratching out obits.
You see those guys over there? Don't turn around. They're rolling up to Harlem to snuff around the Perp's apartment. Only case that dynamic duo was cracked lately is Schaefer written on the side, but maybe you'll see something. Don't quote those gum flappers, though. You need a quote, you call me. You got it?
Okay.
All right. Haggerty, Dillard!
Yeah, what's up?
Take this guy uptown with you, all right?
Thank you.
No problem.
Thank you.
Come on. Start in the living room and work our way back.
Close the door behind you, kid.
This perp is very, very religious.
There's nothing wrong with being in good standing with the Lord.
And a war hero, too. Look at this, a Purple Heart.
Hey, Keith. The brown bomber.
Muhammad Ali would have knocked him out way too fast for Joe Louis.
He can run, but he can't hide.
Hey, Dan, what the hell is this?
What you got there?
I don't know, it's heavy.
Whatever this is, it ain't junior grade. This thing look expensive. My wife closes around flea markets looking for this kind of crap every weekend. I'm telling you, this thing ain't normal.
This definitely ain't normal. Back up, buddy.
Sorry.
No problem.
Professor Brooks?
Yes. I get a lot of these things. Old rocks, antique specials. It seems like every schmuck in the world who finds a backyard arrowhead mistakes me for Iris. Put it here. From Greek mythology, she is the faithful voice of Zeus. She flies from place to place and commands respect from mortals and from immortals. Where the hell did you get this?
From a perp's apartment. See, it's got this mark on the
No,
side
no,
of it.
don't touch it. This is over 450 years old. It's the missing Primavera from the Santa Trinita.
Is that the Nina, the Pinta, or the Santa Maria?
Oh, for God's sakes, detective. It's the oldest elliptic arch bridge in the world. It's in Florence, Italy. Built by Amanati. This was one of 4 statues on it. The Primavera, meaning spring. This head has been missing since the Nazis blew up the bridge in 1944. My God, this is a gold mine. A gold mine.
Yo!
Merry Christmas. From Tim Boyle.
Oh, wise guy.
Mr. Hector Negron.
Amore, torni a letto.
Per favore, basta. I need a little break, okay, baby?
Well, they say you haven't spoken or eaten in 2 days. They'll try to force feed you. Make you rise like Jesus. Come on, Mr. Negron. I've been hiking all over New York asking about you. I talked to everybody. Cops, your sister. I even spoke to your cousin in San Juan. You're clean as a board of health. You got no kids, no debts, no enemies. 4 years in the service, Purple Heart, 25 years of a great marriage. Till your wife's heart gave out. So why you stick a German Luger in a guy's chest 3 months short of your retirement? $5 million. That's how much that statue head would draw on the international black market. What's it doing buried there in the bottom of your closet? You're looking at 25 to life, pal. Unless you can afford a very expensive lawyer, you're gonna swallow happy pills in this nut house the rest of your life. But my story could help you, and you need help, Mac.
Enrico, che tipo di mercato d'arte si specializza sui nazisti?
Because it's a lucrative business.
Voi americani amate il lavoro più di quanto amiate l'amore. Amore mio, mi stai ignorando.
Oh, Pina, no. No, don't come over here, Pina.
Enrico, avevi detto solo 10 minuti.
Baby, I gotta catch up. The world might have ended. I won't even know about it because we've been going at it for 2 days. For crying out loud.
Ma il mondo è ancora qui. Ci siamo anche io e te.
Ah, baby, not right now. There you go. Excuse me. Okay? Oh, God. Oh, that feels good. Oh, you're killing me, baby.
Sì, ti amo da morire.
What is it, Miss Ingram?
No.
You know what?
I know who the sleeping man is.
You know what?
I know who the sleeping man is.
Have to shut him the fuck up. Yes, sir.
I want to die! Fuck off. It's all cute. That's your mama right now. That's your mama. This far enough?
Keep moving. You're doing fine, big fella.
Help me, Lord. Help me, Lord. Help me, Lord. I'm prepared for thee. Hey, get off of me, sniper bait.
Bishop, train, y'all switch flanks. Bishop, you take the outer flank, train, you take the inner.
What's that?
Take the inner flank.
What's that? Come on, switch places, you dummy. Give me some room.
Hey, Bishop, why we got to cross this river?
They're selling hoe cakes and beer on the other side.
Good luck charm gives me strength.
Piece of shit you found in the gutter in Florence? Well, you couldn't draw a bowl of turtle soup from Uncle Amos with that thing.
It's worth more than a bowl of turtle soup.
Hey, Hector, you speak that Italian, that cut-off head thing worth something?
Yo no sé. Yo speak Puerto Rican, man.
Hey, muzzle that.
Keep moving.
Sendung läuft.
Germany calling, Germany calling, Germany calling.
Guten Morgen, 92nd Division. Buffalo soldiers, welcome to the war. We've been waiting for you. Do you know our German Wehrmacht has been here digging bunkers for 6 months on the Gothic line? Waiting. Your white commanders won't tell you that, of course. Why? Because they don't care if you die. But the German people have nothing against the Negro. That's why I'm warning you now with all my heart and soul. Save yourself, Negro brothers. Why die for a nation that doesn't want you? A nation that treats you like a slave. Did I say slave? Yes, I did.
Warum ziehen die hier in Berlin nicht einfach den Stecker raus?
Was sagt sie denn auch noch?
Berlin kann es sich leisten, diesen Mist bis hier runter zu senden, aber Kartoffelsuppe können die uns nicht liefern. Nur geschützweise feuern, auf mein Kommando. Wir haben Munition für eine Stunde, vielleicht 2.
Look around you. Do you see any white soldiers in the river next to you? Are they sending any white soldiers to die with you today?
Steady, y'all.
Of course not.
Adolf Hitler. Spreading that nonsense. Don't believe a word of that. Lying bastard thinks we monkeys, apes, baboons, subhuman. Show them who we are, Train.
Think of your poor children. Your families suffering at home. The American white man is raping your wives and daughters. Jody is busy right now in your bedroom with your wife, your daughters, even your sons. And who will stop him if you die today? Do you think the profit mongers in Washington, D.C. care about your children? They're not thinking of your children. They're home right now, asleep in a nice warm bed. Think about the sacrifice you're making. Just for the privilege of being second-class citizens back home? Where can you vote? Come to the winning side. And please teach me those dances, that Lindy hop and the black bottom. War is folly, boys. Better to drop your guns, give up, and dance. Come out that cold water, cats.
Hast du noch mehr Kekse?
Nein.
Irgendwas anderes?
Nicht für dich.
Ich geb dir auch Geld für Vitaminkekse.
Geh doch rüber und bettel die Schwarzen an.
Wer bist du denn? Neuer Nachschub? Ja. 65er Mikro. Ich dachte, die frieren sich ihren Arsch in Russland ab. Und? Hast du Kekse? Nee. Die müssen dir da irgendwas Diät
Mann,
haben.
Fritz! Wenn ich sterbe, kannst du alle meine Rationen haben, aber jetzt halt endlich die Fresse!
Mensch, ich hab so einen Kohldampf.
Come on now. Feel the warmth of the German.
Ich kann nichts hören, wenn diese Scheißnutte die ganze Zeit quatscht!
We have hot food, fried chicken, greens, candied yams, and even delicious biscuits straight from the oven, just like your mama cooks. Hey boys, I have 2 big white biscuits right here for you. Buffalo soldiers. Hey, cool cats. Do I have something special? And you can have all you want.
That goddamn bitch is gonna start a race riot. Is that a white woman, officer? What's your name, soldier?
Lieutenant Birdsong, sir.
Lieutenant Birdsong, who is that?
You heard of Tokyo Road, sir?
Yeah.
This is the Kraut version. Access Sally. She visits us from time to time.
Is she American?
Don't know, sir.
Have you ever wondered how it felt to be free? To be your own man? To stand tall?
Yeah, sniper splat Nag's brains all over the Circio. I can't see a goddamn thing out of these. Rouse me up a better set of cans. Right now, goddammit, and a drink of water, 2 on a double.
Yes, sir.
Stay firm and wait further to bend.
What's he gonna do? Give her a smack on the lips? He sets himself up a mile away with fire control, then complains he can't see. Ought to be down there with his men like a real captain.
Lieutenant, he ain't been here long enough to learn the ropes, sir.
Yeah, you won't be here long neither, listening to him. Blue the Vicer, man.
Right now. Let's go, goddammit.
Be a slave man of the 92nd.
You cans, fresh H2O, sir.
Buffalo soldiers. Take the first step, fellas. We have warm fires. Pretty German
Hold that.
Fräuleins with
Yes, sir.
eyes and
Next time, why
blonde
don't you take the
hair
caps off?
who want to dance with you.
Yes, sir.
German Fräuleins like big, strong bucks more than lollipops. And we love lollipops.
She the one selling hoe cakes and beer, Bishop? Boy, your brains had a rough shuffle.
For the last time, muzzle that shit.
George Company requests artillery! The grid's 479 and 16 in the mail!
Where the hell are you?
We've crossed!
You what?
We're with Uncle Jerry! Plus smoke AG, the grid's 479 and 16!
Son, it's impossible for you to be on the other side of that riverbank.
Is that Hugs calling out a grid, sir?
Hugs! What is your position?
Sir, Hugs is down! Stamps here! It's in the mail! It's in the mail now!
Write this name down. Stamps.
Stamps. He's crossed?
He's lying. I set fire to grids 2-3, 2-4, 2-5. That's Rudin, that's Fox Company.
What about George Company? They've crossed?
Just because I'm new to this outfit, it doesn't mean I gotta argue with goddamn second lieutenants acting like uppity Negroes. Are you follow me, soldier? Do you follow me, soldier?
Yes, sir. Smoking fire to grids 232425.
Yes, sir. Smoking fire to grids 232425. Over.
Smoking fire to grids 232425. Adolf Hitler, this is for you.
What the hell? Radio!
Fox Company, whip Doran! Cease fire! Cease!
Adjust fire! Adjust fire! I repeat, adjust fire! Request artillery to grids 479 16! Send the mail!
Geschützt Cäsar! Feuer! Feuer!
Cover me! Okay, you and me gotta get to that tree, okay? Uh-huh. All right, go. Go, 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 go. Get down, Oh, Lord. Oh, I'm coming up yonder. Meet me, Jesus. Shut up. Oh, Bishop, they got you, too. No. Yes, we dead, Bishop. Listen to me. Bishop, we dead. No, listen to me. You was dead, okay? But I brung you back. Now, you ain't dying until I get my money. You owe me $1,400.
Look here. Go check out that haystack. That shit is moving.
What in the world?
Arturo! Arturo, dove sei? Arturo! Arturo! Bella! Ma dove l'hai trovata? Guarda che lancio! Faccetta nera, bella piscina! Aspetta e spera che già allora s'avvicina. Quando saremo insieme a te, noi ti daremo un'altra legge e un altro re. Arturo, adesso anch'io ho 9 anni.
Move, sniper bait, go!
Vabbè, forse ce ne sono 8 di anni, ce ne sono 8 di anni, va bene.
Good God!
Un gigante di cioccolato. Aiutami! Ti darò una banana gigante di cioccolato.
Sorry, boy. I done gifted every muscle I got.
Usa la coda gigante di cioccolato.
Jesus is waiting on you, child. This world ain't worth a pinch of snuff nohow.
No, ti prego, non andare. Dio buonino, fa male.
Boy. Hey, boy. Hey. Boy, you breathing?
Ma non sai di cioccolato gigante?
Nicht schießen! Nicht schießen!
You can't kill me! I'm invisible! Let's go.
Where's Trey?
He ain't make it.
You know that nigga's dumber than a dime. You sent him over the hill?
I ain't tell that boy to risk his life for nobody.
It's nobody's fault. That boy was born over there.
Follow me.
Special delivery for the Führer.
Madonna Bona.
Train! Train! Train, you damn fool! I thought you was dead.
Told you he was going over the hill. We wait here in the dark, and then we cross back.
Good. Esta mierda pesa con cojones.
Bishop! Where you going?
Look here, y'all going back across that river if you want. And the only person with any luck around here is him. Now, plus he owed me $1,400. Now that's the kind of money that can set me up for the rest of my life. Even if the rest of my life is today.
Jesse Owens.
Jack Johnson. You go talk to your wife up there. I never felt so lonesome in my whole life, Bishop. I've been dreaming a lot.
Yeah, nigga, see, I ain't really interested in your dreams. I want my motherfucking money.
I got something worth more than $1,400. It's better than Black Cat's bones. It'll make you invisible and give you the strength of 5 people.
Boy, I think your cheese done slid off your biscuit. You never see me chalk the line for no white kid like you just done.
What? You told me to.
I ain't tell you to get us killed. This uniform don't change nothing for us. This is a white man's war, Train. Negroes ain't got nothing to do with this. Hell, this boy ain't got no life, no how.
Why he don't?
Because a life of goodness is not what these white folks have chosen for their children. Look at me. Good book says it. Proverbs 22:16. Raise up a child the way you want him to go, and he will not depart from it. Now, he's trained to hate. Shit, his life ain't worth $1 of Chinese money.
Listen here, Bishop. This boy ain't done nothing to you.
Mm-hmm. You didn't want him before, did you? Hmm? Where you going, Sam Train?
Hey, Stamps, we moving or not?
We hold here till night. Me and Bishop will take first watch. Hector, you in train, take second. And get the boy whatever first aid you got.
What you get us into now, Diesel? Huh?
There's always something with you, big fella. Here, you're gonna need these. Come on, kid. Manja. Manja. Come on. It won't take the medicine.
Oh, give it here. You want some chocolate, boy?
I wouldn't get attached. He'll be dead in a week.
I ain't never been this close to a white person before, heck. Never even touched one. Not even a dead one.
If this one dies, I promise I'll give you a whistle as a consolation prize.
You really think he'll die?
Why worry about it? We could all be dead in an hour anyway.
Why you always kissing that thing, heck?
Reminds me of who my father is, Trey.
I don't need no help remembering my paw. His name's Chester. Chester Train.
Let's give this kid some water. Doctor.
Arturo, ti posso chiedere una cosa?
What you want, boy?
Mi dici chi sono io?
Heck, do you speak that Italian? What's he saying?
He said, who am I, but who the hell's he talking to?
Lord, I knew it. I can see in his face. Look at him, man. Look at him. Quiet down. Good God. He got the power.
What power?
God knows it. In the olden days, everything could speak. The trees, the birds. Shh. If you could hear them things, then that means you had this boy standing in the shadow of God, Hector. Thank you, Jesus! Thank you for standing on your holy, righteous word, Lord. Hallelujah! Thank you, Jesus!
As you were. General Allman.
Colonel.
I have a photo you should see, sir.
Forget that a minute. How bad are the numbers from yesterday?
Bad, sir.
And Ike gets mad when he gives me waiters and shoeshine boys to fight the Krauts with.
Germans are dug in, and that gun at La Spezia is killing us.
15,000 colored soldiers. 1 in 4 is a casualty, and all I'm hearing about is one goddamn gun? We have guns too here. Look, see, Colonel? I got one. This colored division, this is an experiment, Jack. An experiment. These are the First Lady Eleanor Roosevelt's niggas, not ours.
Sir, I respectfully disagree.
That's why they sent you here, Jack. To lead me into the new world.
Gift from the Brits, taken at 11,000 feet. See? They say that's a German buildup at Lama de Soto Ridge. 2 or 3 regiments.
The surprise attack you were worried about.
I hope not, but I got corroboration from an Italian partisan.
Anybody crushed grapes with their bare feet can't be trusted. You get some captured crats to confirm this info.
Already working on it, sir. Captain Roden!
Good evening, General. Come.
We got a report the Germans may be planning a counteroffensive down the Sergio Valley. We need a POW to confirm the intelligence. You running patrols over there?
George Company has a squad that's probably sitting right in that area, sir.
How's that?
Well, they pushed across the Sergio just beyond Hill, Maine at the enemy weak point. I heard them on the radio call for artillery, which might have broken the Jerry's hold on the river. But Captain Oakes, their company commander, didn't fire it.
Why not?
He couldn't see him, sir. Didn't believe that they crossed, so they got hung up. I had Fox Company positioned down the river from George Company. Got pretty hot over there. 4 of them ran up a mountain. They got weapons and a radio if they're still alive.
Who are the 4 men?
Shouldn't be too hard to find out, sir. One of them's the biggest Negro you've ever seen in your life.
Very well, then. Dismissed.
Gott, hab ich die Schnauze voll. Was jetzt? Das reicht. Ja, Abmarsch jetzt. Kommt, ich brauche was zu essen.
I tedeschi se ne vanno! I tedeschi se ne vanno!
Ist hoch oder ich bring's gleich um. Guck doch schon wie verrückt. Will nicht hoch. Sie! Mal hin, ich hab Hunger. Ich will mal was zu beißen. Das ist eine Grütze hier, weil ich hab Hunger für die Kompanie.
Addio carne, ora non ci sa più nulla. Non ci si ingrasseranno neanche loro. Ma speriamo invece ci si strozzino.
State zitte voi. Ora si vede quando il tuo marito torna dalla Russia. Maria, Giuseppe e Gesù, dite se torna o non torna più.
È ancora vivo?
No, i miei occhi non so più quelli.
Via!
Oh, si può anche scherzare. Giù. È una bischerata, stava.
C'è sempre il solito lazzarone così, guarda. Siccome c'è la tessera del fascio, si crede di poter fare come vuole.
Ah, sì? E allora chi è che ha preso il burro l'altro giorno ai tedeschi? Il Papa?
Magari, visto che non sarà lui. La luce. La luce è tornata la luce.
Babbo, vieni con me. Vieni con me.
Ma si può sapere come gli è tornata lui la luce? Apri la bocca soltanto per farci entrare l'aria.
Da tant'anni che li conosci, babbo. O tu devi trattarli un pochino meglio i tuoi amici. Ma che cos'hai, babbo? Me lo vuoi dire?
È per via di Natalina.
Che t'ha fatto, Natalina?
Il malocchio mi ha fatto quella strega.
Babbo, ancora con questa storia. I conigli te l'ha rubati i tedeschi. Mica lei.
Succedono cose strane qua dentro. È tornata la luce. Non si sa come, dopo 2 anni e mezzo.
E infatti te lo volevo proprio chiedere.
E adesso questa casa sembra la luminaria di San Ranieri. In modo che i tedeschi e i banditi mi possano vedere meglio. Ed è tutta colpa di Natalina che mi vuol vedere morto e sepolto dietro la chiesa.
Ma cosa dici? Ma se prega per te tutti i giorni? Sai, ti dico. Adesso tu
Vai lì dentro e chiedi scusa ai tuoi amici. E dici a tutti che Mussolini ti fa schifo e che non sei più fascista.
Col Duce si era ridiventati una potenza mondiale. Ha sbagliato solo quando si è messo con quell'imbecille di Hitler.
Babbo, il Duce ha preso in giro l'Italia. E ora vedrai come va a finire.
Sei ancora giovane, figliola mia. Non sa nulla del mondo, ma capirai. Capirai.
E da chi? Da un fascista come te?
Come la tua mamma, uguale sei.
Che diceva che la camicia nera è buona solo a nascondere il sudicio. Forza, vai di là.
I tedeschi.
Oh, è casa tua, eh?
Shh, apri.
Madonna buona.
Bon. Bon. Bon, bon.
Hector, ask who's in charge. Tell them we're Americans.
Americani.
Americani? Mi tu! Half, mezza, e la mia sister Ida, half. Però noi la sto sempre chiamata Iduzza perché ella è la più vicina di Half.
Sì, che insieme si fa l'americana intera.
E per aspettato
Aspetta.
Grazie. Chi è il capo qui?
Anybody here speak English? Dove Germans?
Everywhere. Boom, boom. My name is Renata.
Where'd you learn English?
I was nanny for a British family.
And a jolly good tuck in the bed, Tinker. You must be sick, no. You can nanny me anytime. Want a cam?
Cool it, Bishop. I'm Staff Sergeant Aubrey Stamps. We got a boy that needs help.
Un bimbo. Un bimbo.
Oh, signore.
Vivo?
Piano, pianino. Tutto bagnato, sai. Dove l'avete trovato?
Sulla montagna. Chi è? Lo conosci?
No, non mi pare di conoscerlo. Ma può stare qui finché starà bene, eh?
Hector, tell them we're taking the boy to a hospital. They can come too. They need to evacuate anyway. We'll escort them down the mountain.
Andiamo all'ospedale, anche voi.
L'ospedale.
I know.
I tedeschi sono dappertutto. Torrite, Rontano, Manzana. Su fino a Barca e giù fino al cerchio. Non so come avete fatto a passare Vergemoli. Comunque, l'unica via per Pietrasanta, dove dovrebbero esserci gli americani, su per di là. Per la montagna dell'uomo che dorme.
She says we're surrounded. Doesn't know how the hell we got past the German lines, but the only way we might find some Americans is up there. The Mountain of the Sleeping Man.
Sleeping Man?
Che cos'è?
È una leggenda che dice che molto tempo fa un pastore si innamorò di una ragazza che non lo ricambiava. E così si sdraiò sulla montagna per proteggerla dal vento e dalla pioggia. Ed è ancora lì per proteggerci tutti. La leggenda dice che un giorno si sveglierà.
It's a legend about a shepherd that fell in love with
Whatever
this girl.
she's saying, we gotta rest, at least until sun up.
Okay.
Stay here. No.
Senora, stay here, CC. Tell them if they sing to the crowds, we will pull a trigger on this thing and tell the hammer to hurry. Won't be nothing but powder and steel around here. Boom, boom.
We are not Germans. We are Italians. Full blood.
And what are we, half blood?
Sì, mettiamolo sul letto, dai.
The boy stays here. He's sick.
Sie holen Ihre Lektüre nach.
Jawohl, Herr Oberst. Ich informiere mich über den Feind. Die Partisanen nehmen ihre Decknamen manchmal aus verbotener Poesie oder aus der hiesigen Literatur. Das hilft uns, sie zu finden.
Wie heißt der Dichter denn?
Giovanni Pascoli.
Und Sie finden es wirklich angebracht, Ihre Zeit mit Gedichtelesen zu vergeuden? In den letzten 9 Monaten haben wir in dieser Gegend einen schlagartigen Anstieg der Partisanenaktivitäten festgestellt. Was gedenken Sie dagegen zu tun?
Herr Oberst, wir haben nur noch Schaufeln und Maultierscheiße übrig. Meine Männer sind erschöpft. Wir brauchen mehr Munition und Essen.
Essen. Sie wollen essen. Sie können Eiszapfen lutschen in Russland, wie Sie es auch getan haben, bevor Ihre komische Halsverletzung Sie wieder hierher gebracht hat. Glauben Sie eigentlich, Sie sind der Erste, der hungrige Truppen befehligt?
Ich wollte nicht respektlos sein, Herr Oberst.
Gut. Und jetzt hören Sie mir ganz genau zu. Und ich bin wirklich zu weit gereist, um mich zu wiederholen. Erstens, es gibt da einen Bauern, einen Terrorist, nennt sich Großer Schmetterling. Seinen wirklichen Namen kennen wir nicht, bereitet uns viel Ärger. Versteckt sich irgendwo hier in den Bergen, finden Sie ihn. Wenn Sie ihn gefunden haben, erlassen Sie Bandenbefehl gegen ihn und seine kriminellen Freunde.
Bandenbefehl?
Gibt's hier ein Echo? General Kesselrings Dauerbefehl für die Italienische Republik. Nach Ermessen des jeweiligen Kommandanten werden für jeden deutschen getöteten Soldaten 10 italienische Zivilisten hingerichtet. Sie sollten ja wohl in der Lage sein, diesen Befehl in 9 Monaten ein einziges Mal auszuführen.
Herr Oberst, bei allem Respekt, wenn ich diesen Befehl ausführe, würden meine Männer unschuldige italienische Zivilisten töten. Das wäre ein Verstoß gegen die Genfer Konvention.
Partisanen sind keine Zivilisten, sondern Terroristen, die nicht unter dem Schutz der Genfer Konventionen stehen. Bandenbefehl!
Bandenbefehl.
Zweitens, der Überraschungsangriff wird wie geplant ausgeführt. Ich werde die Versorgungslinien schließen für Verpflegung und Munition. Drittens, eine heikle Geheimdienstangelegenheit von höchster Wichtigkeit. Wir vermissen einen Unteroffizier. 35. Regiment, 2. Bataillon, 5. Kompanie. Name Hans Brandt, seit 3 Wochen unentschuldigt von der Truppe entfernt.
So was passiert tagtäglich. Was ist so besonders an denen?
Weder ich noch Sie sind hier, um die Befehle des Führers zu hinterfragen. Sie werden einen Suchtrupp ausschicken. Finden Sie ihn. Lassen Sie ihn nicht entkommen. Und wenn Sie ihn gefunden haben, erstatten Sie umgehend Bericht. Los, abfahren!
Se già non la lampada io sia, che oscilla davanti una dolce Maria.
Was heißt es denn?
Gott helfe diesem armen Schwein Brandt. Was immer er getan haben mag, es wird auch nicht schlimmer sein als das, was jeder andere in diesem Krieg getan hat. Stellen Sie einen Suchtrupp zusammen.
Wir müssen ihn zuerst finden. Wir nehmen ihn fest und geben ihm ein paar Tage Zeit. Bevor Pflüger ihm die Zähne rausreißt. Einen nach dem anderen.
Jawohl.
Ich bin froh, wenn dieser Krieg vorbei ist. Ich will zu meiner Familie zurück.
Guarda, io ti ho visto crescere, Oddio, cresce, non è che sei diventato tanto,
In effetti, non è che... E ci ridi anche? E quello dove l'hai preso?
Quante domande che tu fai, tieni, mangia.
Ecco, dammi un pezzo anche a me, via.
E capori rimane senza. Cresci.
Passami una noce, va.
Madonna, puzzi come una capra, puzzi.
Fumerai te allora, senti.
Il damerino qua. Guarda,
Dai, cazzo fai, Peppi, ven via.
Allerta dove sei sta.
Te l'ho detto, se era un tedesco l'ha ammazzato tutti e tre. 1, 2.
Ha mandato di traverso. Voi aspettate qui.
Amico mio.
Voi gli americani sono sempre più vicini, sai? Si deve avvertirli del contrattacco che preparano i tedeschi.
Lo sanno già, di sicuro. Te, come stai?
Io sto bene. Te?
Io ho sempre la faccia di Marco davanti.
Non ti piglia appena. Tanto mio fratello è morto. Ormai non importa più nulla a nessuno.
A me mi importa. Io gli volevo bene. Quando saremo davanti a Dio. Sempre ci arrivi. Secondo te ci chiederà le tessere di partito, dirà Marco no, Ludovico no, voi altri non potete entrare. Siete fascisti. Che differenza c'è tra noi e loro? Davanti a Dio.
Non ti fa troppe domande, Peppe. Se tu ragioni a questo modo, tu impazzisci. E poi chi l'ammazza i tedeschi? Oh! E tanto le cose non si possono più mettere a posto, sai?
George Company to 370. George Company to 37, over. George Company to 370, over.
Qualcuno dica a quel bestione di uscire dalla mia camera.
Il bimbo ha la febbre. Ha bisogno di mangiare e di riposarsi. Prova a pensare anche agli altri ogni tanto.
Arturo, il castello del gigante di cioccolato, tu vedessi, è enorme. No, più grande. Sì che l'ho visto. È tutto di cioccolato. Ne stacchi un pezzo e quello ricresce. Te ne ho serbato un pezzo, sì.
Madonna mia, qui c'è qualcosa che non va, ma non le hanno mica fatto il malocchio.
Malocchio se ne deve andare.
Ma dove?
So assai, con gli americani.
Per me invece porta bene, deve rimanere.
Questa è casa mia.
Guarda che sono anch'io una casa. Natalina, te che dici?
Dico che sto bimbo parla col diavolo. Qui ci vuole un prete.
Ma quale prete? Qui ci vuole un dottore.
Il prete di portare il diavolo. Ce lo porto io.
Train, get up. We got a book.
Excuse me. Hey, boy. Hey. Time for you to take your medicine again. Here it comes, ready? Thank you. You know, get you some of that soup, boy. Yeah.
He would not eat before.
Here you go, boy. Ooh, it's all over your shirt. Oh, boy. Let's go.
Io gigante di cioccolato.
Okay, Sarge, we ready? Oh, hold on. We? Boy, where the hell we going?
Bishop, if you wasn't chiseling him, we wouldn't be here
You
neither.
think Noakes is looking for us? Hector been trying to fix that radio since we got here. Shh! What? Leave a damn dirty.
Hector, we got a bell. Ask the old man if he'll show us another way out of here. Maybe we can reach the 366.
We can't get 5 feet out of here without being flavor of the week for the Guten tags. And these people have survived for 3 years without mortars or nothing. I say we stay with the paisans.
Look, you want to stay around here and play house, go ahead, but I'm booking. Ask the old man if he'll show us another way out of these mountains. Tell him we'll pay him. We've got plenty of that funny money they use around here.
C'è una strada sicura?
Strade sicure non ce n'è. Tedeschi, boom boom.
Tu la sai la strada.
Franco faceva il postino, chiede a lui, io sono troppo vecchio.
Io? Perché so io devo portare la posta.
Ma quale posta, vecchio matto?
Vecchio matto a me. Ma vecchio matto, ha detto matto qua.
I know.
No.
I know a way. I take you.
Che cosa hai detto? Che ha detto la mia figliola?
Non c'entro niente.
Voglio sapere che gli hai detto, hai capito?
What you think? Little Red Riding Hood lead us through the woods?
I don't know, Sarge. I mean, she fine. Man, she fine. You know, I hear that they got Lady Mussolini's too. Could be a trap.
Hector.
You the boss staff, Sergeant?
No good. No good. Io go.
All of a sudden, the old man speaks some English, huh?
Ti ho dato di volta il cervello.
Ma non ti mettere in mezzo.
Ti proibisco di andare.
Senti, non devo chiedere il tuo permesso, capito?
Sei sempre la mia figliola.
Look, we'll find a way out of here. Let's go.
Bye bye, americani.
Renata, via.
No!
Oh! Cigarette? Chocolate?
Hell no!
Ah, no. Ah, pidallo in culo.
Sergeant Stamps out there fussing over what side to get back to. It don't mean nothing, boy. Me? I ain't got a side.
Ha detto Arturo che se giri la testa per di là sarà il mio compleanno. Avrò giocattoli e tante caramelle. Adesso per favore gira la testa. Ti prego, gira la testa.
I can't understand your words, boy. But I don't need to. You see, everything you touch, it brings good to it. You do. See this little thing here? It'll make you invisible. Give you the strength of 5 people. You ain't got to own nothing. You ain't got to be a big somebody. All you got to do is believe in it, boy. Go on, boy. Go on.
Puoi girare la tua testa così? Guarda.
God made this thing here through man's hand. But the Lord gave it shape and purpose. And through this little thing here, God gives you something else, boy. You know what it is? I'm gonna tell you. It's a secret. Miracles.
Senti, gigante di cioccolato, ora devi fare quello che ti dico io. Gira la testa, così sarà il mio compleanno. Vuoi che ho 8 anni per sempre? Gira la testa. Arturo! Sì, ce l'ho fatta! Ho 9 anni! Sì! Ho 9 anni! Evviva! Ho 9 anni!
Boy, you done caught the spirit?
Ce l'ho fatta! Ho 9 anni!
You know, up high, down low. Give me 5. Give me 5. All right. Up high. Up high. Give me 5. Okay. Give me 5. Give me 5. Up high. Down low. Down low. Too slow. You know that one? Give me 5. Up high. Down low. Too small. Let's see if I got some chocolate here. You like chocolate? Yeah. How'd I get up here?
The only place where the Germans would not be is through the mountain in Pietrasanta. Look. It's here, see? And that's where I think you're gonna find your people. Stand.
Here you go, Hector.
Stand high.
Thanks, Trey. Boy!
Te come lo sai? Davvero? Ah, sì, lo so.
Con chi tu parli, picciotto?
Con Arturo,
Arturo? Chi è Arturo?
un mio amico.
E dov'è?
Laggiù, lo vedi? Però si vergogna della gente. Arturo, che dici? Lo si aiuta?
370 to stamps, 370 to stamps.
Ce l'ho fatta!
370 to stamps, 370 to stamps. 370 to stamps, 370 to stamps, over.
370, this is Negron.
George Company, over.
Got him, sir. I got the lost squad. Get up. Stamps, you need to get in here.
Hallelujah. I think the kid fixed the radio, man.
Who the hell am I speaking with?
Staff Sergeant Stamps here.
Staff Sergeant Stamps. Send position, over.
Someone west of Bargo Almazano. We can see the mountain of the sleeping man.
The what? Now, where's that in relation to here?
West of the Sergio River someplace. Over.
Well, I don't know how the hell you got there, but we're gonna make the most of it. Now, you seen any German sons of bitches?
Have I seen any crowds?
No, motherfucker, just Cab Calloway and his orchestra.
Negative. But we think we're surrounded.
Good. We want you to capture a Nazi bastard now. It's important.
We need to extract ASAP. Over.
Just get to Jerry and hold tight. Now, that is a direct order from General Allman.
Hold tight with what? Over.
Son, I just gave you an order. Now, you get that, Jerry.
I will radio you tomorrow at 0400.
And don't get yourself shot up. Out.
Bishop, follow me. This is a joke. First your ace boom coon giant goes off the deep end. Now this god and country redneck wants me to fetch a prisoner. Something's cooking around here and he ain't telling.
Thought you liked Noakes.
Who said I liked him?
I seen you shining up to him.
Just because I ain't running around here with roomy sleeves cuffing poker cards like you don't mean I like Noakes. Besides, he ain't the worst.
The man left us high and dry at the Sergio. Here you tell it, you told the man 3 times to fire that 105, and he didn't.
So what? He ain't the first white man don't trust color folks' word. The knife cuts both ways, Bishop. Noakes reports to Colonel Driscoll. Driscoll's fair.
Shit, niggas, you crazy. The only reason white folks is thinking now about being fair in this army is because the Krauts is cutting their toenails too short to walk, and they running out of white boys to die.
It don't matter. They said we couldn't fight. Had us float balloons, work as quartermasters, cook and clean. But the 92nd proved we can fight. This is our country, too. We helped build it from the ground up.
We ain't never
I'm
had
here
no
for
country
our
of our
children
own.
and future grandchildren, Bishop. This is about progress.
Nigga, please. Progress. You know what? Staff Sergeant, you remember this progress? Mm-hmm.
I'm telling you, lean a horse.
Satchel Paige.
Satchel Paige owe me $20.
You know them both. In and out. We only got an hour before we gotta be back for maneuvers. Colonel Driscoll coming to watch too. Bishop, you hear me?
I ain't studying, Driscoll.
Habt ihr schon mal so eine Art von Hitze erlebt? Jeden Tag und diese
Contest winner right there.
Afternoon, fellas. Howdy. See, we got some krauts up in here.
So glaub mir doch, in ein paar Wochen gehen wir wieder nach
Alfred,
Hause.
Glaubt doch kein Mensch.
Doch.
Wir kommen bestimmt bald nach Hause, dann wirst du auch gleich deine Freundin besuchen.
Yep. What do you boys want? No problem, sir. We just looking for some good old ice slops.
Go around back. I'll get you some.
Train. They went round back too?
Negro, who I serve is my damn business.
Those are Hitler's goose steppers you feeding over there. You want me to eat out of a trough in the backyard like I'm some damn pig?
You want me to shoot you in the
Calm down.
Put the goddamn gun down, huh?
All Americans here.
Whose side you on? Theirs or ours?
Respect the uniform, huh?
I'll tell you what, all right? I'll pay for the damn ice.
Whose side are you on there, Freddie?
You want this whole shop off limits?
We should try.
We got you, yes.
It's just you boys find your way back to base. You understand me? Let's get these Jerrys out of here on a quick.
Move, goddammit, move. Get on your goddamn feet. Schnell, goddammit, schnell. I don't have all goddamn day.
I don't have time for this shit.
Schnell. Goddammit, pick up your goddamn feet. Did your Fuhrer teach you how to march, boys? Move it.
What y'all niggas waiting on, huh? Y'all deaf niggers? Go on. Time for you to go. Don't get strung up, huh? Go on. It's whites only in here. You tell your friends they're not welcome here. You spread the news. You big baboon. Go on, get. Get.
Stamps, what happened? Bishop, where the ice slops?
There's a lesson for you, son. That's how you treat these animals.
Mm-hmm.
Between the nigger in uniform, the free yellow-belly sneaky Japs running around, country's gone to hell in a handbasket.
Down. Oh, shit. Good afternoon. Now look, you cock-a-doodle-doo, bumfuck Louisiana motherfucker. I want my 5 ice slops with a cherry on top. Right there where you serve them Jerry's at. Sure. And wash your hands for you serve it, since you was likely yanking those Krauts cocks all morning.
Please, I got my wife and my son here. Please, just take it easy. We'll do whatever you like.
Stamps. I changed my mind. Make it to go. I wouldn't get caught dead eating in a shithole like this.
Vera? Yes? We got some paper cups for these gentlemen.
Come on, Cracker, hurry up now.
Vera!
Yes, just a second.
Hurry up.
How many are you?
5.
5 on the house.
Come on, get, boy. Come on, get.
Cherries as well.
I said cherries.
Cherries it is.
Hurry up, boy.
The top off.
Come on, boy.
Okay, boy, we got to figure out a way to talk. I got a cousin back home, can't talk. So what he do is tap. So what we do is tap. Okay? Okay. Now follow me. 1 tap means yes. 2 taps means no. 3 taps means try. 4 taps means you're sleepy. 5 taps mean you got to take your medicine. 6 tap. This one is real important, boy. Boom, boom. It's danger. It's bad. It's trouble. Okay. 1.
Sì.
2 tap.
No.
3 tap.
Prova.
I don't quite understand, boy, but I think you got it. 4 tap. 5 tap. Okay, boy, it's only 1 more left. You ready? 6 tap. Boom, boom.
learn Italiano.
I'm trying.
Vuole anche lei? Ecco il vino, vai.
Now are you married?
Yes. His name is Vittorio. A soldier like you. You Negroes seem different from other Americans.
Ain't no difference in us, really.
Well, now, we're just different where it counts, that's all.
What do you mean?
Renata, baby, let me put it to you this way. If you ever been colored on a Harlem Saturday night, well, you won't want to be nothing else.
What does that mean?
You should let me show you.
Bishop, why you spreading foolishness?
Where are you going?
It smells in here.
You smoke, baby? How about just one? The Camels. Americanos cigarettos. Filterless. Smooth taste. Great value. Go on, girl.
We should not smoke in church.
Sarge? Any word from the radio? Yep, snafu. Situation normal, all fucked up. Negroes like Bishop set the race back 400 years. He'd stick his limp, light-skinned penis in an 88 if he could. And calls me a handkerchief head. A what? Uncle Tom. Oh, hey, I know Puerto Ricans ain't got nothing to do with it.
No, sir. I mean, look, Bishop is Bishop. But for what it's worth, I think you're doing a hell of a job out here.
Something wrong here.
Wrong with what?
And I love Italy. I ain't a nigga here. I'm just me.
Yeah, same here.
Yeah, these Italians is catching holy hell, but they ain't studying about how to keep a Negro down. I never felt so free in my life. It makes me feel ashamed to feel more free in a foreign country than I do my own. All my tomorrows was based on America getting better. What if it doesn't?
Just enjoy the night, my friend. 'Cause tomorrow may never come.
Hector, Danny.
Sarge. Grazie. Vino?
Certo.
What? You have never seen a woman's breast before?
Renata, you're beautiful.
Thank you.
Who are you? Chi siete?
Chi cazzo siete?
Partigiani?
Te! Chi sei?
Partigiani!
Vieni qua!
Vieni qua!
Bastardo! Vai! 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 Come on!
È lui, non è vero? Sì. Lo sapevo che ritornava.
Va tutto bene.
Digli mette giù le armi. What do they want?
Food.
Americani.
Sì.
You know these boys?
Yes. Poi pane.
Grazie.
Peppi. Danny. Italo.
Hector, where's their papers?
Documenti.
Se leggi.
You got a wise guy.
Run. Jump.
Where were you, Train?
I took the boy out for some fresh air.
We got a situation here, soldier. Grab your rifle. Train, get your rifle now.
What you want, boy?
Private, get your rifle!
Look, we need to skedaddle the hell out of here. Hector, get on that radio.
Negative. We sit tight, wait for Noakes to radio again.
What the fuck is wrong with you?
That's what he said to do.
No, he said get a crowd prisoner. Now we motherfucking got one.
He's sitting right here eating like a motherfucking butcher's dog. We gotta wait on the captain. Those was his orders.
You know, Stamps, we really can't sit up here with these wops till one of these signalers decides to give you some pussy. Now, you had your chance last night.
Take the money and butt your hard head with it. No. Please.
Che dicono?
È da quando sono arrivati che litigano quei due. Vogliono il tedesco.
Il tedesco si tiene noi, è nostro. Si deve interrogare. Ci serve qualcuno che parla tedesco.
He said he's their prisoner. They're gonna interrogate him, and they're looking for somebody that speaks German.
We got plenty of people that speak German back at headquarters. Come with us and we'll get the job done.
Al comando, tanti hablan tedesco. Amoni.
Prima ci si parla noi altri, e dopo ve lo si lascia.
Saying they want answers, and until they get them, they ain't going nowhere.
I understand. The hell?
Oh, shit.
Du lebst noch? Ich hab dir gesagt, es sei zu rennen und du hast es geschafft. So ein guter Junge. So ein guter, schlauer Junge. Wie mein kleiner Bruder Ulrich. Sogar die gleichen Haare habt ihr. Du musst mir gut zuhören, Brüderchen. Hör mir genau zu. Du musst wieder abhauen. Hau ab.
Senti quanto parla. Te l'avevo detto, io si deve ammazzare subito.
Non capisci, scappa. Scappa di nuovo. Corri la più veloce.
Devi sta zitto!
Corri la più veloce che puoi.
Hector, get on the radio. Tell Noakes we got a German prisoner. 370, this is George Company. We have a German. I repeat, we have a German. Over.
George Company, stay put. We'll get right back to you. Out.
Roger. Out.
Com'è che ti è tornata la luce a te?
Non lo so. È stato un miracolo.
Un miracolo non lo sa qual è. Che te sei ancora vivo.
Trey Noakes is coming. He's coming himself.
Something going on, Heck. Something bad. Nobody think the boy see nothing. But he sees it all.
I know, big guy. That I know.
You think I gotta give him back when the captain comes?
I know how close you are to him, Trey, but that's not my call. I need to talk to him now.
Go.
Allora, come va? Cioccolato? Uno? Ho bisogno del tuo aiuto. Trey.
Hey, boy.
Come ti chiami?
Angelo. Angelo Torroncelli.
Angelo. Io? Hector. E dove sei?
Di Sant'Anna di Stazzema.
Angelo, quel tedesco. Lo conosci?
Sì, ce n'erano molti.
E che cosa ti ha detto prima?
Mi ha detto quello che mi aveva già detto. Mi ha detto di correre più veloce che posso.
Quando?
Prima, al fuoco, alla chiesa.
Quale fuoco?
Angelo, è tuo padre e tua madre. Dove è tuo padre e tua madre? Oh, here, leave him be. Train, please. Just one more thing. Angelo, perché hai paura di lui?
Non ho paura di lui. Lui è mio amico. Ho paura dell'altro.
Quale altro?
Avete 2 giorni di tempo, non di più, diglielo.
He says you have 2 days, no more.
Lui rimane qui.
He will leave his man.
Where's he going?
I don't know.
Mi serve un altro paio.
Stamps. Noakes just
When is
said...
Noakes coming?
Soon, he's coming himself. Whoop-de-damn-do, it's time that we all go.
Where?
Scusa, un momento. Train's kid, all right? He's talking that he's seen a church, a fire, the Italian guy.
Which church? Which fire? Which Italian guy?
I don't know, but he's seen something bad, and he's definitely seen him.
Well, I seen him too, so what?
The kid hasn't talked in days since we've had him. All of a sudden, he sees him, and he's talking. It ain't right.
Corporal Negron, that's just Skippy, but I ain't got time to talk to him right now. You, come here. Gather the rest, whoever will come, and we'll take him down the mountain.
We do not come with you.
Why not?
Nazis in all villages.
Yeah. Boom, boom. You just sit tight, and it'll be jingle bells real soon. The U.S. Army is sitting right here in front of you.
We need army inside house now. 3 years we've been waiting. First the British, then the Americans. Italy is tired to wait.
Let's talk to your partisan. Ask your friend to climb the ridge and tell us what he sees.
Dice di andare su per la montagna e di dirci quello che vedi. Dai.
I don't trust that guy.
He's a good man. He's a partisan.
Oh.
He's from this valley.
She grew up with him.
Yeah, okay, great. I don't care if he's Frank Sinatra or Joltin' Joe DiMaggio himself. Something about his eyes I just don't trust.
Hey, Alicio, you ring that motherfucking bell, you see Hitler. I got more of this hushies for you.
tranquillo?
È tutto tranquillo, sì.
Bene.
Is it good?
It's safe.
Yeah, take your crop. Vieni con me, vieni.
Hector, watch both of them.
Gladly. After you.
Che è eso?
Non ti intendo.
Che cos'è?
Sigaretta. No, sono sigarette. Sigarette americane. Buone. Buone, molto buone. Come ti chiami? Rodolfo.
Hector.
Men, take a knee and bow.
Dio Onnipotente.
Der Baum des Lebens blüht am Ufer stillen Wassers.
The face of Christ is shining, and it needs no candle, no light.
E neanche del sole. Nel tuo regno non esiste la sofferenza, e noi imploriamo il tuo perdono misericordioso.
Denn wir haben bis heute dein Licht nicht gesehen. Denn dein Licht leuchtet ewig, es ist wie ein Leuchtturm, der den Weg zu deinem Thron erhält.
I may not be the man that you want me to be, O Lord. I may not be the man that I should have been, O God.
Aber wir sind dennoch dein Volk.
E ti chiediamo di camminare con noi nel dolore e nella sofferenza.
As a nation of your children who glorify your name.
Nella vittoria.
Amen.
Amen. Amen.
Easy, boy. You ain't got to go jumping every Hank and Russell come along. Yeah, go on. Yeah.
Hey, you still trying to hump that piece of shit off on somebody?
You ought not using type of bad words around the boy, Bishop.
Shit. He don't understand.
Go on inside, boy. Go on. What about all that preaching you do back home, Bishop? Don't you believe in God?
Well, now I believes in it at the time I'm preaching it.
Mm.
Then I don't believe in it no more. Hell, now I just believe in the pictures of old white men on green paper.
Well, that ain't no way to live. You know, God don't like ugly, Bishop.
He ain't too fond of pretty either. Train, why you think God allow all this killing all over the world to happen? Hmm? See, that's why I don't believe in him.
Well, if you don't believe in him, Bishop Cumming, then why you care about whether or not God the one allowing all the killing?
Man, you starting to sound like my mama now.
Your mama alive, Bishop?
Train, mind your own goddamn business, boy. You hear me?
Yeah, I'm sorry, buddy. I didn't mean nothing by it, Bishop.
Is your guy gonna get us back home in one piece? Is he?
The Lord is willing and the creek don't rise.
Hey, Renata. Where you headed?
Your boss wants you.
No boss, okay? Girl, let me trim your garden.
What do you mean?
Signor, shaking hands with you is like touching a flamethrower. You fine as wine and as silk as milk.
You like dancing? You like jazz? You ever heard of Count Basie?
Count of Basie? Where is this?
Mm-hmm. Camel cigarette?
Vieni su.
Lo sai che i tedeschi hanno aumentato la taglia su di te? Da 50.000 lire a 100.000 lire più un sacchetto di sale. Mica male, eh? Lo hai visto? Qui in paese non c'è andato nessuno a fare la spia. Nemmeno il fascistone di Ludovico, che è talmente tirchio che si rimpiatta soldi nelle mutande.
Nemmeno Ludovico.
Nemmeno Ludovico.
Se sapessero chi sono. Che cosa ho fatto? Mi strapperebbero il cuore dal petto.
Beppi. Ma cos'è che ti tormenta tanto?
Abbiamo sorpreso una pattuglia di tedeschi.
Hey, mein kleiner Sohn Robert liebt den Regen. Meine kleine Anna hasst ihn. Wenn ihr den Mund hier wollt. Jawohl, Herr Feldwebel.
Dove vai? Dove vai? Ti scanno io! Ti scanno! Ti scanno! Ti scanno! Hai capito? Hai capito che ti scanno? Ti scanno!
Oh! Quante volte devo ammazzare? Non avete tempo?
Tutti! Abbiamo gli stivali voi! Tolgo tutto!
Guardate che ho trovato. Toh, questi li tengo per la mia famiglia. La mia figliola ha fame. Almeno gli do da mangiare. Piglia.
Noi si combatte per cacciarli! I ladri, non per diventare altri!
Oh, ci si deve fare la guerra fra noi altri, eh?
Che c'entra? Ho dato 3 anni di sangue. All'Italia a lui. Ho dato 3 anni di sangue!
Che fascista eri e fascista sei rimasto. Ma è Marco. Tu, portala a casa subito.
Ce li porto sì a casa. Ce li porto sì!
Vai, vai, vai! Vai! C'è finito qui.
Me lo paghi questo.
I tedeschi non ci hanno visto più. Era mesi che l'attaccavamo, erano furiosi. Hanno frugato dappertutto in montagna. E ci toccò stare rintanati. Si è rischiato di morire di fame. Ci ha salvato una compagna partigiana. Paselli si chiamava. chissà quello che era successo a Sant'Anna stasera.
Mangia.
Grazie. Io ho mandato la testa della vezza e mi devo incontrare con uno dei nostri che andava a cercare provviste. Dopo venne il temporale io rimasi in montagna.
Sono entrati a Sant'Anna. Hanno rastrellato centinaia di persone.
Donne.
Bambini.
Bambini vecchi. C'erano anche parecchi sfollati. L'hanno radunati tutti in piazza, di fronte alla chiesa.
Qualcuno di voi sa dov'è lui? Qualcuno di voi ha visto lui? Allora, parlate! Tutti zitti.
Loro non sanno nulla. È gente innocente, non sanno nulla.
Io ho dato a voi 15 minuti.
Ma non sanno nulla, è gente innocente.
Per trovare qualcuno che dice noi...
Non lo sanno, non lo sanno.
Dov'è nascondiglio di farfalla?
Non lo sanno.
E di suoi banditi?
Prendete la mia dignità, vi prego.
Nixta,
Voi prendete solo
avete
la mia, vi
ancora
prego, solo la mia.
1 minuto.
Inginocchiatevi. Nel nome del Padre, del Figlio, dello Spirito Santo. Padre nostro che sei nei cieli, sia santificato il tuo nome. Venga il tuo regno, sia fatta la tua volontà. Come in cielo, così in terra. Dacci oggi il nostro pane quotidiano. E rimetti a noi i nostri debiti, come noi rimettiamo i nostri debitori. E non ci indurre in tentazione, ma liberaci dal male. Amen.
Verstanden?
Ist was.
Jawohl, Herr Major. Meldung aus dem Hauptquartier.
Jawohl.
Wird gemacht. Heil Hitler.
Perdona loro, perché non sanno quello che fanno.
E lì ne hanno ammazzati talmente tanti.
Ne hanno ammazzati talmente tanti. Non avevi più munizioni. Sono bruciati.
Non è rimasto più neanche il fosforo.
Quello che è successo... Tutto quello che è successo è colpa tua. Tu
avevi promesso di portare farfalla.
Me l'aveva detto lui che
No,
doveva essere qui.
no, non mi interessa.
Questa gente io la conosco.
Tu pagherai
Questa gente
per
non c'entra
questo.
nulla.
Rodolfo, avevamo un patto.
Io i patti li rispetto.
Me l'avevi promesso, bravo il mio Rodolfo. Voi italiani non avete idea di cosa è un patto.
Ora io brucio all'inferno, per
italiani incapaci. Tu pagherai per questo! Voi italiani!
Mamma! Mamma!
Azzurro! Azzurro!
Mamma!
No! Fermo! Corri! 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 Chi devora?
Scheiß Verräter! Los, hinterher! Aber schnell! Aber schnell, schnell, schnell!
Dovessi anche campare 100 anni e dopo il giorno lì sono morto.
Ci vuole più coraggio a vivere che a morire. L'hai detta a me. Tu devi accettare questa verità. E c'è qualcuno che ti ha tradito. Che lo devi trovare, il traditore. Però io la so una cosa. I tedeschi hanno fatto di molto male a stuzzicare l'uomo che dorme. Perché vedrai, alla fine ci proteggerà. Proteggerà la sua terra.
Cago en la madre de Hitler. Estuve en San Juan, me comieron un buen plato de arroz con habichuela. Una jibarita de postre.
Who is he?
Ich sehe dieses Schwein in der Hölle.
I don't understand. Italiano. Parla italiano. Español. No, come on.
Dov'è il tedesco?
Se lo sono tenuto gli americani. Mi hanno cacciato, te l'avevo detto, no? Senti, si deve andare via di qua, subito. C'è pieno di tedeschi che scendono dall'uomo che dorme.
Le vite di uno o di 10 noi?
Che discorsi fai? Che ha sbagliato deve pagare?
Rodolfo, non è Ludovico il traditore comunque.
Prima o poi si trova da retta.
Ti ricordi quella volta che Marco stette una settimana fissa al monte? Sarà incapunito, diceva si doveva svegliare.
Quanto l'ha gridato lei, mamma? Me lo ricordo, sì.
Dormi. Marco è morto. L'ho ammazzato io. In uno scontro a fuoco con i suoi camerati fascisti. Ma lui avrebbe fatto lo stesso con me, Perché noi altri siamo partigiani. Non c'è più nulla da vedere qua.
Peppe, senti, ma se uno ha commesso un peccato, no? Un peccato grosso. E poi si pente e si confessa, ci va all'inferno.
Non lo so, non sono prete io.
Perché sei diventato? Io non ti riconosco più. Tu stai qui a ragionare, a parlare sempre del mio fratello morto, sempre che vuoi da me. Vorrei sapere chi ti ha tradito a Sant'Anna, eh? Allora il tedesco si doveva tenere in noi invece di darlo agli americani. Magari si scopriva parlava anche italiano.
Magari si scopriva parlare anche di te.
Ci si conosce da una vita e tu pensi che sono stato io. Questa è la guerra, Peppi, sai? E nella guerra la gente soffre, la gente muore.
E quindi secondo te la gente a Sant'Anna doveva morire perché questa è la guerra?
Io non ho detto questo io.
Io mi fidavo di te. Era te che doveva incontrare. Per le provviste fosti te! A di me Sant'Anna era un posto sicuro. Che volevi fare? Ti volevi vendicare perché ti ho ucciso il fratello!
Io te lo dico per l'ultima volta, smettila! Di parlare al mio fratello morto!
Ti sei messo la coscienza centinaia di morti innocenti! Centinaia e centinaia di morti innocenti! Tu, ma cosa sai?
Bastardo! Bastardo! Stamps! Stamps! We got problems. Where you been? Where's the jerk? That son of a bitch Rodolfo slit his throat. Then he killed Pepe. What happened to your neck? He tried to kill me too. I told you he was no good. We gotta roll before the heavy mail comes. Go get a bandage, go get your radio. Fisher, where's your weapon?
I'm here. Where's Siegfried?
The Italian killed him.
No shit. Note's still coming, ain't it?
Go get your gear, get over to old man Rudy's house on the double. If you hadn't sent that doofus over the hill, we wouldn't be here.
Now, I ain't send that dense nigga no place. That's some bullshit.
What you done is worse. Beat the man out of 1,400 chicks.
That type pussy was on his own so long it needed to be adopted.
I'll make you swallow that go through, huh? What? Get off! I said get off! Noakes is here! Noakes is here! Kill yourselves on your own time.
Hey, boys. Which one of you stamps?
Sir.
Did you get that goddamn kraut fucker?
Captain, let me tell you.
I don't want to hear shit other than how the fuck you ended up miles on the wrong side of this goddamn valley.
Cross around the corner there.
Lieutenant Birdsong, find out what his problem is while I go get the goose stepper. Stamps, you got 2 minutes to get your balls out of a sling. Get rid of that kid.
I've been trying to, sir. But I guess he don't want to let me go. He's a nice little fella. Ain't he cute?
I said get rid of him.
I don't know what to do with him, sir. I ain't gonna leave him. So I figured to take him along. He don't talk much, but he do tap. See here, watch this here. I do this, and
Hey, what the fuck is wrong with you, soldier? We just spent 2 days risking our asses getting here for you. They's good men, white men in this man's army holding back that attack for you, and you gonna talk to me about some goddamn Dago Wop kid?
I feel sorry for him, sir.
You feel sorry for him? Okay. Okay, button up, get in the Jeep, and let's get the fuck out of here.
Ain't no cause for that kind of talk in front of no child, sir. You ain't got to make him cry now, sir. Whoa, no, cool it, D's. Nobody gonna talking to my boy like that. Cussing and thumping and yelling and carrying on, spitting.
Easy, big fella.
He's a child, sir.
Sir. Train got a mind of his own. It was my idea to bring the kid. We got him down after Circio River. The fact is, the kid won't leave us. I told Train to take him.
Mm-hmm. You handle your man. Move.
Kevin knows that. Filthy mouth.
Come here.
Renata.
Come here. Train. Give the kid to Miss Lucy Goosey here. She'll do a fine job
she
with
ain't
him.
his mama, Stamps.
I know Diesel, but you gotta give him up.
She don't know him good as I do. I got a granny back home who raised him right.
Train, give him to me. Please.
Sarge.
No, tieni con me.
He don't even want to go.
Hey!
Ti prego.
This some kind of fucking minstrel show? Yeah.
Oh, che bello.
Move! Get out of my goddamn way! Get out of my goddamn way! Move! This crap fucker's dead. From the crew cut down, how did he get that way?
I guess somebody killed him, sir.
Well, I can see that, Staff Sergeant Stamps. But how did he get killed? Didn't you put a man on him?
I did. But the Italian party
You dropped the ball! You You dropped the fucking ball! You fucked up big time. Now all 4 of you gonna be court-martialed. 1, 2, 3, and 4.
Hear that? Sir, we gotta pull out now.
Now you load up, soldier.
About this child here, sir, if I could just get a word with you about this
For
child.
the last time, soldier. I told you to get in that goddamn Jeep.
Ain't no need to shoot the man over no child, sir.
Sir, we can take him back to headquarters. We got room.
Yeah, Cap, ain't no trouble. We can take the kid with us.
Lieutenant Birdsong, you take that goddamn kid.
Huh?
You heard me.
Don't make it tough on me, big fella.
You better not come no closer.
Choke him, Train!
Choke that tongue! Diesel, you're gonna kill him! Put him down! Soldier, put him down! He's had enough! Diesel, put him down!
Choke the shit out of that motherfucker!
Put him down! Right this goddamn second!
Gigante di cioccolato!
Uomo che dorme.
Diesel, you're killing him!
Train,
Put him down!
Put him down! Leave him be, Stamps!
That's right, big fella. Birdsong? Uh-huh. Son, you okay?
Crazy black bastard!
Come here, Birdsong.
Hitch, help me get the
I'll see you again, Stamps.
I hope so.
Come on!
Let's move out, let's go! Come on, let's move out!
Vieni via! Vieni via! Vieni!
Cookie Ludovico!
Go! Diana! Corri, corri!
Wait! Go!
Bishop!
Cover me! Go, go, go! Ludovico! Corre, Ludovico, dai!
Natalina!
Ludovico! Corre! Jesus, Lord, Bishop, I can't move my head. There's my boy living.
Yeah.
Is he living?
He just got a little scratch, but he gonna be okay.
That's good. That's good. Tell Hector to put that little old cross on him. Let him know who his daddy is.
Okay.
Here. Take this. Uh-huh. You seen it the whole time, didn't you, Bishop? I knew it. I knew it.
Train, I'm gonna take this kid, and I'm gonna come back for you. All right, I'm gonna come right back for you.
All right, I'll be right here.
Vai, 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 vai! Los, runter mit dir! Los, nachladen! Schnell! Lass dich greifen! Das bleibt! Ah! Granate! Che si fa? Vai, vai, vai!
Corri, corri! Stand! Stand! Stand!
Get down! Siamo fascisti! Fascisti! Get down!
Angelo, Angelo, non sei più morto. Apri gli occhi. Angelo. Arturo, ma dove sono? Non importa, dobbiamo andare. Vado in paradiso? No, vai a casa. Dov'è casa? Angelo, ti ci porto io. Chi c'è a casa? Il tuo babbo. Te lo rammenti? È il mio amico, il gigante di cioccolato? Ti ricorderai di lui, di me, di tutto questo. Sono cose di quando eravamo bambini.
Stirbst jetzt. Es ist vorbei! Sammelt die Verwundeten ein und begrabt unsere Toten! Weiter! Weiter! Bereit machen zum Abfall! Weiter! Sammelt die Verwundeten und bringt sie zum Lager! Defend yourself. Guys, we need a hand. Stand by. Lift. Easy, y'all. Real easy.
You'll be okay, Hector. You're going back home to New York, man.
Those reconnaissance photos were accurate. I tried to tell General Alma, but he wouldn't listen. Go get those dog tags.
Yes, sir.
I need a full report on the double. Understand?
Stamps, Aubrey. Cummings, Bishop. Train, Samuel.
Well done, Corporal. Just earned yourself a Purple Heart. Get this man to the 8th station. Move it! Yes, sir! Detail.
Come on, Mr. Negron. You're clean as a board of health. You got no kids, no debts, no enemies. 4 years in the service, Purple Heart. So why you stick a German Luger in a guy's chest 3 months short of your retirement? You're looking at 25 to life, pal.
State versus Hector Negron, case 14, docket 79A and 34B. Judge Trinkoff presiding. All rise.
Peter Hammond, New York County District Attorney's Office, representing People State of New York.
Michael Decker, legal aid for the defense.
Santa Wilder.
Michael, let me handle this.
Legal aid will be withdrawing, Your Honor. Miss Wilder will be counsel for defense.
Say nothing, do nothing.
Your Honor, we ask the bail be set at $2 million. Defendant murdered a man in cold blood. Also, he was in possession of a famous missing artifact stolen from Italy.
The old stolen statue head case. Whatever happened with that?
Well, the victim is dead, Your Honor. Rudolph Tringali from St. Anna di something or other in Italy. Immigrant textile worker, lived in the Bronx.
Not him. The statue head.
Oh, that was returned to Florence, Italy, Your Honor.
Proposed bail at $2 million. Defense?
Defendant will post cash bail.
Miss Wilder, approach the bench.
Yes, Your Honor.
What are you doing here? Exxon buying the U.S. Postal Service?
It's a Christmas pro bono case. Picked it out of a hat.
My ass. I smell a rat.
If you expect to get appointed to the appellate court next year, I suggest you cover your nose.
Bail set at $2 million. Next case.
Can I ask you a question, miss?
Anything you wish, Mr. Negron.
Who are you?
Friend of a friend.
Jennifer, let's go. Right behind you.
Thank you.
Mr. Negron. Mr. Negron, who's the sleeping man? Who is he? Mr. Negron? Who's the sleeping man?
Where are we?
Rose Island, Nassau, Bahamas. You have a friend who wants to meet you.
No. All my true friends are dead.
Not this one.
Your friend has learned there's no control in life. Wherever you go, wherever you hide, there's risk. Your friend understood that and turned that knowledge into invention. Seatbelts, safety devices, and so forth. And your friend made a fortune. People pay for control, even if they have none. Safety is the greatest risk of all, because safety leaves no room for miracles. And miracles are the only sure thing in life.
Mister, you talk crazy. Now, I don't want a miracle. I just want to join my wife Lourdes in the glory of heaven. Is that too much to ask for? I was the only one left. I'm the only one left who knows. I'm the last.
You're not the last. There was a little boy. It is I.
Angelo?
Angelo.
Angelo. Angelo. Angelo.
He's got the whole world in his hands. 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 He's got the wind and the water King.